Hello all and welcome to Wow Crochet Designs. My name is Mary. Today I'm coming to you with a video vlog. Get excited. And I know I say that, I know everyone's saying she's saying it again. I say it in everything I do because you know what guys, I still, after all these years of crocheting and being on YouTube and doing what I do, I still get way too excited. So I always say it. So bear with me when I say it, right? What are we going to talk about today? We have a lot to discuss today. There's a few things that you need to know for what's happening with two things. Get excited. She is again. Get excited. Your Wreath. Ta-da. We'll talk about that in a minute. I'm going to have to look in the book, guys. Give me 1 second. We're going to talk about Happy Mail, including something else regarding that Happy Mail. We're going to talk about some bags, and I'll discuss that in a minute. We'll talk about a couple of hearts that you can actually create for Valentine's, and we'll talk about that in a moment too. But for now, just a quick one to let everyone know, today's video vlog specifically is about this guy right here. If you didn't know this and you're new to the channel, well, firstly, welcome. We here on Wow Crochet Designs are doing an annual project, and that's actually making a wreath. And we are attaching little items to the wreath. And we are going to be attaching things like a Valentine's item, or a St. Patrick's Day item, or a Easter item, Christmas item, all those little things that you want to attach to your wreath. And when there's nothing happening in that month, once a month we will be attaching something small to the wreath. We may even, and I'm seriously considering doing this, adding letters to our wreath. We're going to be adding probably Wow Crochet Designs. Now, if you want to add other letters, please leave the letters that you want to add in a description. I'm sorry, let's try that again. In the comment section down below, and I will actually create those letters for you in the size that we are making for our wreath. So let's say, for argument's sake, you wanted to put your name Mary. You write M-A-R-Y. Let me know that you need M-A-R-Y for your wreath, and I will create those for you. Other than that, all I can say is towards the end of the year, or even during the year as well, you will get the basic letters, and then by the end of the year I would have completed all of the alphabet. But if you want your letters done earlier, please let me know, because I will be doing letters on the channel. May not all be in the same tutorial, I doubt it. Each letter will have its own little tutorial, but at least we'll have that opportunity to put whatever letters you may want on your wreath. So get excited about that, guys. You will actually be creating the letters separately and attaching them to the wreath. Your letters will not be in the wreath, just heads up there, yeah? All right, that's just something I wanted to talk about. We're going to have a little chat about that wreath in a moment. We're going to have like a top-down view of it, and you can have a look, and we'll have a chat about measurements as well, all right? Actually, let's do it now, and I'll pop the top-down look in a moment. But the other day on our live, and quite a few weeks on our live, I've had two different types of wreaths. Neither of them I was able to tell the size of because, well, I didn't see any measurements. But right at the back, in tiny little numbers, right under here somewhere, you know when you read your labels on the yarn, on the skeins of yarn, and it's got a little die lot number and it's right under there somewhere? That's exactly where the details were. So I'll show you that in a moment from top down in the camera. But in the meantime, we're going to talk quickly about some Happy Mail that I got. I love this Happy Mail, and you may or may not know who sent it to me. I did talk about it on my live the other day, but the reason I'm talking about it now is because, look at that, is because the lovely lady who sent me this particular Happy Mail has decided to push and push and push me. I hope you like this, by the way. Push and push and push me to create a patchwork jumper. Now, she was wanting a cardigan. I thought, no, let's do something basic. So our newbies who are new to the channel can actually create this jumper. Now, the reason this would be a lot easier than the cardigan is because it's made in two pieces, exactly the same, put together, and one piece for one sleeve, one piece for the other. I'm going to make the sleeve a lot bigger so you don't have to increase or decrease. It's just one big piece up to the top, and then you put like really nice thin ribbing there, and we'll talk about that on the actual tutorial. Who are we talking about, I hear you ask? It's the lovely Franca. She recently sent me this gorgeous cup. I had a birthday in January, by the way, guys. Happy birthday to me. And she sent me this cup as a gift. Now, I've been getting a lot of cups lately, and I love them, but every cup that's sent to me now, I'm going to start popping them in a little, kind of like a little cupboard, which I'm going to either purchase or set up, or a shelving or something set up in our craft room. Now you're thinking, what craft room, I hear you ask? Well, usually I do our video vlogs in the craft room, but I thought just for today, and I do this occasionally, where I like to actually do the video vlogs in the old setting that I used to be in years ago. This is where I sat when I first started Wow Crochet Designs here on YouTube, and this was 6 years ago, maybe. Almost 7. I know it's 6. All right, so the lovely Franca has encouraged me to make a patchwork jumper. Now we're going to spend today week, get excited Franca, talking about what you will need for your patchwork jumper. Get way too excited. We're not going to talk about it today. I just wanted to show everyone the gorgeous cup, the naughty cup I should say, that the lovely Franca sent me for my birthday. Thank you, Franca. And thank you to anyone who did send me donations on the website for my birthday. Our website is www.wowcrochetdesigns.com, and I do thank you very much to those lovely people. They know who they are, and they know where all that's going to. More creations for the channel here on YouTube at Wow Crochet Designs. So moving right along, guys, I just wanted to let everyone know, because we're going to talk about some bags now, that we actually have lives at 4 p.m. Wednesday afternoons and 10 a.m. Saturday mornings. It's Melbourne, Australia time. Just marry that up with the time in your country. We have these lives every week, and we've recently started crocheting projects live. When I say recent, I mean like very recent. The first live, I should say, the Saturday's live, we created this square. The Wednesday's live, we created just the same square, different color. Now the reason is some people can't make Saturdays live, some people can't make Wednesdays live. It doesn't matter either way. You can use the same color, you can use a different color. Now this won't happen all the time where we're making 2 of them. I'm just making 2, and I'll talk about that in a minute, but I'm making 2 for my own reason. Yep. But anyway, on Saturday's live, we created one of these. You'll need to make 2 of them before you join our live this Saturday, and you'll need to make 2 of these before you join our live Wednesday coming, or Wednesday week, I should say, because we're on Friday. All right, so that's our bags. Now I've already made my 2 of these. I've made 1.5 of these. I'll be finishing off the rest of it before tomorrow's live. Not that they need to know that color, because they're working on this. But again, you can work on either color, or you can work on your own color combination. You don't have to use ours. This bag will actually be made for the younger person, maybe a 12-year-old, 13, 14, it depends, maybe 10 even, someone young. So I will talk about measurements on our live this Saturday for the strap. We'll talk about that on Saturday. Plus we're making the strap Saturday, maybe, I'll see. We're attaching the 2 pieces Saturday. We'll talk on Saturday. That's the 2 bags, and I just wanted to mention that because if you wanted to create these bags, you'll need to join us on our lives. Having said that, during the week this week, I did the tutorial of this little square, which is the smaller version of that. I did the tutorial of this square. So if you're joining us new on the channel and you're thinking, well, I can't do that live, I don't know how to crochet. Well, this tutorial has gone up. Now I will leave a link to this tutorial, the very first link you see in the description box or in the more box down below. And you can actually click on that link and create this square, and it'll give you instructions on how to complete it to this point. Yeah, that's if you wanted to create the bag with us live. All right, so that's that. The other thing I wanted to mention is Valentine's Day. Now you guys know already that we created this gorgeous bag. Check it out. It's so cute that we created this on the channel. So if you don't have anything for Valentine's Day yet and you would like to make something for someone, be it your mother, your sister, your girlfriend, your friend, your boyfriend, to the young person perhaps, whoever you want to create this for, you can. Now, I will leave a link to this particular bag. I love it so much. It's so cute. In the description box down below, it will be called the Love Heart Bag. So there you go. That's that one. Now, the other thing, I know we didn't do this on the channel this year, but I will leave a link also for this tiny little Love Heart magnet. And if you want something quick and easy to make for your Valentine, your friend, your family member, your carer, whoever, your doctor, your lawyer. I always say lawyer, I don't know why. Whoever you want to create this for, there is a tutorial for it in the description box down below. You can make that as well. I thought just for something for you to make that we're not making this year, we will be creating something small for Valentine's. I know we're cutting it fine again, but we're still going to make something tiny on Monday's tutorial. Okay, so that will happen on Monday, so get excited about that. And that's the small item that we're going to attach to, and you can do what you want with yours, we're going to attach it to our wreath. That will be the very first item attached to the wreath. But we haven't started the wreath yet. We're starting that on where is it? Tuesday. All right, I've got to check my book for everything here, guys. I've written everything down, but I'm kind of working backwards here. Because I wanted to actually do the top-down look of this particular piece first. But I thought I'd keep that till last, so we can talk about that in a minute. So we are actually going to be making something tiny again for, even though we've made the bag for Valentine's, we're making something small for our wreath, and we're making that on Monday. And on Tuesday, we're starting the wreath. I'm looking down at the book here. Wednesday, we'll have our live as normal. Thursday, we'll have a beginner tutorial. I'm trying to get one beginner tutorial out a week, specifically for those of you who are new to crochet. Join us for that. On Friday, today week, we will have a special vlog. What? There will be two special things happening on that vlog. One, I like to keep a secret. I'm so bad. The other one, we will be getting this, get this. Are you ready, Franca? Get excited. We will be discussing what you will need for your jumper. Get excited. And you know what? We all have Franca to thank for this particular patchwork jumper, because she was the one that pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed. And that's what happens, guys. If you see something you really like, make sure you really tell me that you want to see it. And if you've only told me once, tell me a second time, tell me a third time, tell me a fourth time. Get all your friends to tell me, get the neighbors, the dog, the cat, whoever you want to tell me, the bird even, whoever you want to tell me that you want a particular item on the channel. Because if you don't tell me, I don't create. I just create what I want. Which is, you know, I'm very fussy, but I create what I like, what I want. So if you don't say to me, Mary Wright, we need this, we'd like that, we want this, we please, then I'll create. All right. So a special thank you to Franca for constantly pushing me, constantly nagging me. I mean, you know, asking me. So thank you, Franca, for that. All right, now I'm not going to say any more, guys, but I do want to show you real quickly a top-down look at this particular piece here with all the measurements that you will need for your wreath. And when we start the wreath on Tuesday, I will give you all the information on how much yarn you will need. Now, I can't tell you that yet because I haven't opened it and played with it yet. I need to play with the stitching first. And you know what? I only just found out the measurements 5 minutes before I started recording. I turned it around and I took a photo of everything, and with using the phone, and blew it up real big so I can see if it's hidden. It's definitely hidden at the back, and you'll see that in a minute when we do our top down. All right, so let's head over to the workstation and do a top down look at our wreath. Alrighty guys, my particular piece is Crafty Bits, and I didn't purchase it from Sullivan's, but that's the details that where you can get it from. I purchased it from Lynn Craft, one of our large chains here in Melbourne. in Australia actually. And what you could get with this as well, if you wanted to, you could get other items. They make other ones as well. Now the measurements, oh, this is hilarious. Where you see the measurements, you know how you see the dye lots on the label of the yarn? Check this out. Right there. Look how tiny it is. It's a wonder I didn't see it. It says 1 wreath, and these are the measurements: 355 millimeters or 35 millimeter thick. Now I'll explain both those measurements to you. I actually had to measure them myself to work it out. So the first measurement I measured for the 355 was the center of your piece, right? That's your piece. Find the very, very center. And your 355, we know it says 35, that's 35 centimeters by 10, it's 355, is the length from one side of the wreath to the other, but the widest part of it. So it would be the same on the widest part, yeah? The widest part will be 35 by 35 centimeters or 355 by 355 millimeters. Now the 35 millimeter depth would be just that. It would be the depth of it. Now let me just poke a little hole in it. We're going to take this undone anyway. I'm going to take it out anyway, but I'll just show you quickly. Oh, where is it? Now it does say the depth, 35. Now if you're going to do 35, let me get a close up. It doesn't seem right, by the way. If you're going to be 35, that would be there. I think that means the kind of the height of the depth, but even that doesn't go all the way up the top. You don't need to worry too much about this. If you were to purchase this particular one here, you would have the same as mine. All right, find one that says that. So when we're creating our piece, you can create exactly what I've created here, or what I'm going to create, if that helps. All right, that's the measurements you'll need to know. Don't stress too much about it. Always when you are working with your piece, make sure you measure your own anyway. All right, just wanted to give you a quick close-up of the beautiful little love heart bag. It has a button. When you open it up, you can pop your little cards in there, your purse, or whatever you have that you want to pop in there. All right, so I use it for library cards, and I don't go to the library with it. I'm just a little girl like that. But there, you don't tell anyone. But there you go for that. And the little love heart that we created on the channel for one of our Valentine's years will have a magnet to it as well. So you'll need to purchase a magnet. All that information will be in the tutorial. All right, so the tutorial for that one, and the tutorial for that one, and don't forget the live for that one, all three of them, the links to them will be in the description box down below. Both the Saturday's live and the Wednesday's live will be in the description box. Now you click on the links and you go to the part where we start the bag, or you can actually sit down, relax, and watch the whole live. So there you go, guys. That's the information you need for your wreath, or the size that you need for your wreath. All the other information you will get on Tuesday. And that way we can finally get to start our wreath. We will be adding a small item to it for Valentine's Day on Monday. We're actually creating the item on Monday, and we're creating the wreath on Tuesday. All right, so thank you very much for joining me, guys. I just wanted to keep it as short and sweet, I think it's short, as possible. Do you like that? But I do want to let you know, guys, please join us on our lives to create these new items that we're creating. Now, don't forget, guys, if you can't make the lives, you can always rewatch them. They're not going anywhere. Yeah. What I might start doing is labeling our lives so that you know that's what we're creating on the live. Yeah, and that way it'll give you an opportunity to say, oh, I missed out that bag. In 6 months' time, you'll say, where's that live with the bag? And I'll say, oh, I wouldn't have a clue. So from now on, I'm going to label it Crochet Live with Mary, or Wow Crochet Designs Live, and then pop in part 1 of the bag, or part 2, or whatever it is that we're doing at that time. All right, so I didn't label the first one. I might see if I can go in and try and edit those, but in the meantime, from now on, we will be labeling our live, so you get to see what it is that we are creating on each live. So if you've missed it 3 weeks down the track, you want to make it, you can go back to that live. It'll be written on there exactly what we're creating. And there you go, guys. That's it. I really don't want to say anymore. I don't want to hold you up anymore. I do want to say, please join us tomorrow morning for our live at 10 a.m. Melbourne, Australia time. And we will talk about the next step of our bag. Yay! Thank you very much for joining us. I've been Mary. This is Wow Crochet Designs, and ciao for now. 3, 2, and oh, this is on inside out. That's hilarious. Excuse me while I change. That's so funny. Excuse me. That's hilarious. I'm lucky I noticed it. Oh gosh. Alright. Excuse me. Oh, I'm gonna have to keep a straight face now. It's warm in here. Alright, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, stop. Why not as an odd off? Why not as an odd off? Oh my gosh, what am I trying to say? So I thought to myself, why not occasionally do one of our